for YouTube. Okay, well, I like to do my little rubbing my hands. It's a little centering myself. So I'm going to do that. Oh, user entered waiting room. I wonder who that is. Don't know. Oh, we have user. Who is user? Is that Brenda? We have a mystery guest. I think that's probably Brenda. Well, I usually start off with something new that I've written, and let's see if I can pull it up. I did write one just a little bit ago. In a very rough form. Oh, it's Brenda. Cool. Hey, we got a really full house today.
Don't forget your glasses.
You're right. You're right. Although I can kind of see today. It's funny how some days I can see. Okay, this is a little one I wrote today. We'll see how it is. Looking in my mind for an interesting thought, all I find are yesterday's stale ideas. Perhaps they were alive once, but now they are butterflies on the concrete, having lived their day in the sun and air. I need to look afresh, the finches on the feeder, the little mouse rushing out for a nut. Some people sit and meditate. I'd rather look at this green and blue world, initially without a thought in my head. Rather breathe it in through my heart. Let the unexpected come like wild turkeys coming down the hill. Knowing I can't know the enormity of life. Seeing the beautiful world as an endless puzzle. Perhaps today I can only fit 2 pieces together, but that's enough. In enlightenment and writing a good poem, it's good not to be too ambitious. Let's see, now Brenda wants to come in as herself.
I love the line. That your thoughts are butterflies on the concrete. That's a great one.
Yeah, it's a little sad. I did see a butterfly on the sidewalk the other day, having lived its life.
Oh my God.
Hey, Brenda.
Well, I was trying to do a hybrid and now it's weird.
Yeah, maybe you should turn off your microphone so picking up some weird noises, Brenda.
Yeah, let me see.
Maybe mute your microphone. And then, yeah, that's better.
Sounds like the aliens again.
Still the aliens. Oh yeah. There.
Yeah. We still got.
All right. Well, guess what? This one. And I'll stay on this one.
Maybe I'll mute you. I think I can mute you. Ask to unmute, it says. Oh, no, that's right. No, that's good. Okay. Sorry, Brenda. We're going to mute you for the duration here. Let's see. I read a couple from my new book, which is not so new anymore. Hiking with a friend. My friend and I are hiking through an oak forest. It's a nature area between streets and houses, yet it feels original here, old and ancient. We stop by an oak that has let go of life. It simply fell apart at the center. We feel its dead limbs lying on the ground. Like old druids, we are reverent. At the end of the trail, another leads downhill. We descend, trying not to slip on the eucalyptus nuts. We come to a little church perched on the hill. A stone St. Francis sits in the yard. We sit with him. He is mossy and perhaps has some bird droppings on him. I don't think the original Francis would mind. He loved nature and God, and I think he knew no difference between the two. We sit content, at peace. Then it's time to head back uphill. As we feel each of our steps on the supportive earth, we know this is our prayer today. And this one's called A Dark Cloud. I don't even remember what this one's about. The finches and sparrows land on the feeder and immediately begin looking around for danger. Are they afraid? I suppose, but not like people fear. We see a dark cloud approaching, yet we don't know if it's real or imaginary. This scares us, this not knowing, this cloud of unknowing. If the cloud would actually release thunder and lightning and torrential rain, it might be better for us. Then we could become active and respond, or as Rilke suggests, lay down before it as animals do. We feel helpless before what might happen. Sometimes the only way to counteract the imaginary gale is to meet it with our own breath, our lungs opening and closing, just like a celestial squeeze box playing heavenly music. Let's see. Okay, so maybe I've read this one for a while. William Carlos Williams. I'm sitting at the counter of Pete's Coffee, looking out at the outside tables. In my hands is a poetry book by William Carlos Williams, the great modernist poet from the 50s. I wonder how many people sharing photos from their iPhones have heard of him. I feel in two worlds, drinking the strong coffee Alfred Pete brought to this country years ago. My neighbor at the counter is drinking a mocha made with oat milk. I imagine the early Pete's drinkers at the original Pete's on Walnut Street in Berkeley discussing the poetry of WCW, how he revolutionized the new poetry without rhyme and meter. Now he is yellowed pages in the used bookstore. Famous for his Zen-like poem about red wheelbarrows and chickens. Being a doctor, he saw his share of human misery, and being a keen observer of the existential angst of the human condition, he wrote about it all. The people I'm watching sharing videos inwardly carry those same uneasy thoughts. The stories don't really change, not for us wearing our microfiber running outfits, or old WCW, who I picture with a cigarette and a glass of scotch, wearing a tweed coat that smells like my grandfather. It's no wonder I often look at the sky, yearning for that time before all these stories were written.
I would love to be a book that was yellowed pages that was in a bookstore somewhere. That would be the ultimate thing.
I thought that was a good line too. Well, we got to get your book made, Linda. So let's read your
I
poem.
know.
Let's read your poem, which I thought was lovely. Let's see. So we're not going to do the father one. We're going to do the other one.
Right.
The father one was good too.
Thanks.
Okay.
My father died. This is the week that he died.
Oh, wow. Okay. Do you want us? Do you
In
want to read?
1990, in 19. No. It's been a long time.
Do you want to read the father poem? Or
No, let's read the new one.
let's read the new one. Okay, we'll save the father ones for another time. This one is titled Without Closing the Door. Rain dances softly across a parched roof, the staccato whisper of quiet noise. I write the sound as it touches my ear. I watch the leaves that plaster my window. Those messages of change that tug at my soul tell me it's come, this season of sleep, and I sip my tea as I ponder it all. That time comes regardless of what we might want, and I must acquiesce to nature's decision to spend time sleeping so I can awake, to hear what is murmured by the thrum of the dance that plays on my rooftop from sodden gray skies. I gather my thoughts, quickly writing each drop, look back at the fog of memories kept. I taste the dusk as it falls o'er my face, and I know it saw me when I opened my eyes, as I left in the rain without closing the door. Yes, I left in the rain without closing the door. I was quite struck by that last line, and I mentioned it to Glenda, and she wrote this about what she meant by that. Left the door, left without closing the door. It means I surrendered and became part of the dance with no thought of from where I'd walked, and therefore the door wasn't important anymore, only what's ahead.
That is so beautiful, and I love that you post them online, Glenda. That's a
Thank you.
tribute. Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Barbara is saying beautiful poem, and Ellen said it was striking. That was a lovely poem. Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah, we got to make you a book, Glenda. Okay. Let's see. Now we read some other people's poems. Here's one by Rilke. Walk at night. Nothing is like something else. What is not wholly alone in itself? What thing can really be expressed? We name nothing. All we can do is tolerate, acquaint ourselves with a single fact. Here a sudden brilliance, or there a glimpse momentarily grazes us, as if it were precisely that in which resides what our life is. Whoever resists will have no world. Whoever grasps too much will overlook the infinite. Meanwhile, during such huge nights, we are out of danger, distributed in equal, almost weightless parts among the stars. How they urge us on. That kind of reminds me of your poem, Ellen, and I mean Ellen, Glenda, and also mine. Whoever grasps too much will overlook the infinite.
Mhm.
Okay, here's one by Ada Limon. See what she's got. It's called Proof. A kestrel's eyes. A kestrel eyes us from a high, thin branch, and my husband is surprised it can hold the hunter's weight. He's small, I say. My husband says he's large. Obviously, it depends on what you compare him to: a hawk, a white-crowned sparrow, a ghost, an abstraction. He looms not large to me, but significant, a standout. Something cool about him that says today is the day to test his mettle in the mid-morning air, flush with dead leaves and the ongoingness of rusted mums. A surge of relief comes like a check in the mail. Look, I have already witnessed something other than my slipping face in the fogged mirror. The dog's sweet seriousness at being worshipped from nose to paw. I have proof. A nearly twig-like branch can still hold a too heavy falcon. It is not much to go on, I know. Okay. My finches that come to the feeder every day, they like to perch on the very top of the pear tree on these tiny little branches up there, because they're little guys. Okay, let's see. Here's one by Gary Schneider. Paiute Creek. One granite ridge, a tree, would be enough, or even a rock, a small creek, a bark shred and a pool. Hill beyond hill, folded and twisted, tough trees crammed in thin stone fractures. A huge moon on it all is too much. The mind wanders. A million summers, night air still and the rocks warm, sky over endless mountains. All the junk that goes with being human drops away. Hard rock wavers. Even the heavy present seems to fail. This bubble of a heart, words and books, like a small creek off a high ledge, gone in the dry air. A clear, attentive mind has no meaning but that which sees is truly seen. No one loves rock, yet we are here. Night chills, a flick in the moonlight, slips into juniper shadow. Back there unseen, cold proud eyes of cougar or coyote watch me rise and go.
Lovely.
See, I think Brenda said something.
She said she likes my imaging.
Ah, yeah, okay, I see that.
Thank you, Brenda.
Yeah, that's right, I can put chats on the right hand side. Okay. Here's a little one by Adam Zagajewski. Auto mirror. In the rearview mirror, suddenly I saw the bulk of the Beauvoir Cathedral. Great things dwell in small ones for a moment. And here's a Robert Frost. Tree at my window. Tree at my window, window tree. My sash is lowered when night comes on. But let there never be curtain drawn between you and me. Vague dream head lifted out of the ground, and thing next most diffuse to cloud. Not all your light tongues talking aloud could be profound. But tree, I have seen you taken and tossed, and if you had seen me when I slept, you have seen me when I was taken and swept, and all but lost. That day she put our heads together. Fate had her imagination about her. Your head so much concerned with outer, mine with inner weather. Oh, that's the end of the poem. I always find Robert Frost a little difficult.
Yeah, inner weather got me.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was going to end just on the word weather.
Mhm.
So, let's see. I always like to read a little Ursula Le Guin. Dreaming tracks. Strange are the ways and tracks of dreams. Mind follows its nightly wanderings. The Syrian girls, their dark and timid eyes. We gave the eggs to them. I finally found the furry nest the cat had made in the bank of dirt below the tennis court. How glad I was to see him there and safe from strangers who'd taken over the house, and the coyotes everywhere. The eggs were all painted with red dots and curlicues. Connections vanish as I wake, but still the little paw prints on the hidden track into the nest are comforting to me. The people. Some people have begun to come into my dreams from a long way away, traveling over the mountain passes that nobody living knows. Old people who smell like fog and the soft bark of redwoods. They talk together softly. They know more than I know. I think they come from home. That's a beautiful poem. Old people that smell like fog.
Yeah, I like that line. Old
Yeah.
people that smell like fog.
Not that fog really smells, I don't think. But
I know, but that's the thing. That's what makes it interesting.
yeah, it's quite a line. She lived out for a long time where I live, out on the west coast. We have a lot of fog. Okay, well, we're getting pretty close to Mary time. Let's read one more here. Here's one by Kenneth Rexroth, who was kind of like one of the beat poets, but he also did a lot of translation of Chinese poetry. This is just part one. Okay, signature of all things. My head and shoulders in my book in the cool shade, and my body stretched bathing in the sun. I lie reading beside the waterfall, Burma's signature of all things. Through the deep July day, the leaves of the laurel, all the colors of gold, spin down through the moving deep laurel shade all day. They float on the mirrored sky and forest for a while, and then still slowly, spinning, sink through the crystal deep of the pool to its leaf gold floor. The saint saw the world as streaming. In the electrolysis of love, I put him by the gaze through the shade, folded into shade of slender laurel trunks and leaves filled with sun. The wren broods in her moss-domed nest. A newt struggles with a white moth drowning in the pool. The hawks scream, playing together on the ceiling of heaven. The long hours go by. I think of those who have loved me, of all the mountains I have climbed, of all the seas I have swum in. The evil of the world sinks. My own sin and trouble fall away. Like Christian's bundle, and I watch my 40 summers fall like a falling leaves and falling water held eternally in summer air.
Wow.
Yeah.
My 40 years held in eternal summer air.
Yeah. Okay, we just got a little bit left time, so I'm going to read some Mary Oliver, like I always do. We should be well prepared. The way the plovers cry goodbye, the way the dead fox keeps on looking down the hill with an open eye, the way the leaves fall and then there's a long wait, the way someone says we must never meet again, the way mold spots the cake, the way sourness overtakes the cream, the way the river water rushes by never to return, the way the days go by never to return, the way somebody comes back but only in a dream. Meadowlark sings and I greet him in return. Meadowlark, when you sing, it's as if you lay your yellow breast upon mine and say, hello, hello, and we are not of one family in our delight. And are we not of one family in our delight of life? You sing, I listen. Both are necessary if the world is to continue going around. Night heavy, then night laden, though not everyone knows this, or at least not yet, or perhaps has forgotten it in the torn fields, in the terrible debris of progress. Let's see.
Mary? John?
Yeah?
That was Mary? What was it called?
Oh, that one? Already went by it. We should be well prepared. Oh, Meadowlark sings and I greet him in return.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, let's read this one. The poet thinks about the donkey. On the outskirts of Jerusalem, the donkey waited, not especially brave or filled with understanding. He stood and waited. How horses turned out into meadows leap with delight. How doves released from their cages clatter away, splashed with sunlight. But the donkey, tied to a tree as usual, waited. Then he let himself be led away. Then he let the stranger mount. Never had he seen such crowds, and I wonder if he had all imagined what was to happen. Still, he was what he had always been, small, dark, obedient. I hope finally he felt brave. I hope finally he loved the man who rode so lightly upon him, as he lifted one dusty hoof and stepped, as he had to, forward. Oh, that's beautiful. Well, I think we're going to leave it there, guys. So,
Thank you, John.
thank you, Linda, for that lovely poem. And thank everybody else for being here.
Yeah, thank you. Everyone have a great week.
Yeah. Hey, Julie.
You too, Julie.
Yeah, sorry I was in a mix-up getting on.
Oh, well, that happens. My computer froze today, and it kind of scared me. I don't know what to do, but I got out of it. Okay, and Barbara and Ellen, all you guys, I'll see you next week. All right.
Have a great week.
Have a lovely
All right.
week. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye, Barbara.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.